Lesson 107. Dioko. In this lesson, you're learning yet another verb that is an action verb that can generate a direct object. And so this verb is going to help us study direct objects. So, as I say here in the book, we'll have some silly sentences with people chasing each other, animals chasing people, people chasing animals. And the reason for that is because whoever is being chased will be the direct object in the sentence, and so we can practice with direct objects. Also, it's another good chance to work with stems and personal endings of verbs. The stem of this verb is dioke. If you hear me pronounce it like dioko, that's because the O sound there is an omega, which is a long O sound. So delta, iota, omega, kappa is the stem of the verb, and then we'll add the personal endings to the stem. So this is yet another opportunity for you to practice. You can get a piece of paper, and you can write out the stem, and then you can practice adding the endings. You can copy the endings while you are looking at them, and then you can try to move to doing it from memory. In addition, you can do it verbally. You can repeat or chant the different forms, the different endings. There's all kinds of different ways to practice this. In the first person singular, we have dioke, and then we add an omega, and we get dioko, I chase. In the second person singular, we take the stem and we add ace, that's epsilon iota sigma, and we get diocase, which means you chase, or you are chasing. Dioke, in the third person singular, has the ending epsilon iota, which is the third person singular ending. And so that means he, she, or it chases, or he, she, or it is chasing. In the first person plural, we have omen. That's omicron, mu, epsilon, nu. So we take that ending and we add it to dioke, which is the stem. And so we get diokomen, which means we chase or we are chasing. Epsilon, tau, epsilon is the second person plural ending. So if we add that to the stem, we get diokete, y'all chase or y'all are chasing. And finally, diokusi or diokusin in the third person plural. Again, the ending there is usi or usin, depending on whether or not it has a movable nu. So again, this is another great chance for you to practice with Greek verbs using the stem and the personal endings and joining them together to create the different verb forms. We have an example sentence here. In this sentence, the subject is ho georgos, which means the farmer. And what's he doing? Dioke. That's third person singular. That's our new verb for this lesson. So it means he, she, or it chases, or he, she, or it is chasing. So put that together with ho georgos, and you get the farmer chases, or the farmer is chasing. Then we have ton hippon. Hippon is the word for horse, but instead of hippos, the ending has been changed into its direct object form. So we have hippon, and because it's hippon and it has that direct object form, the definite article has been changed also to ton. So ton hippon, the horse, is the direct object. So the example sentence as a whole reads like this. The farmer is chasing the horse. We could translate it as the farmer chases the horse. That would be perfectly acceptable too. But in this particular case, it just seemed like using the present progressive sounded better. And so the farmer is chasing the horse. There's really no context here. We're just doing what seems best in this particular case. Let's take a look at maybe one or two exercises. In number 1, the subject is hoi georgoi. That means the farmers. Ton choiron, you can tell from the ending that that is a direct object. So that means the pig, but it's a direct object form of that word. Diokousin is the verb. That's third person plural. You can tell because the ending is ousin. So diokousin means they chase or they are chasing. This is the last word in the sentence. There's nothing after it. So we'll add on the movable nu at the end of the word diokousin. We have an explicitly stated subject. Hoi georgoi is a separate word that is the subject, so we don't need to use the pronoun they that's included in diokousin. We don't need to say the farmers, they are chasing the pig. We simply say the farmers are chasing the pig. In number 2, notice that we have the word for pig again, but here it's in its subject form. So it's choiros, not choiron. So in this particular sentence, the pig cannot be the direct object. And you can tell that just by looking at the ending. So the endings of nouns in ancient Greek, they tell you a lot about what's going on grammatically in the sentence. Now, take a look at the word telemachon, and you'll notice that that does have the direct object ending. So that's a big clue that Telemachus is going to be the direct object, that someone's going to be doing something to Telemachus. And as it turns out, the pig is chasing Telemachus, and so that's why he's the direct object. Nun means now, and dioke is third person singular. That means he, she, or it chases, or he, she, or it is chasing. So number 2 says, the pig is chasing Telemachus now. And so the adverb nun helps us figure out how to translate the verb. If you're deciding whether to translate the verb with the simple present or present progressive, an adverb can help you. In this particular case, we have the adverb nun, which means now. And so that suggests that the present progressive would be more appropriate because the action is happening right now. So instead of saying, the pig chases Telemachus now, that doesn't sound as good as saying, the pig is chasing Telemachus now. If the adverb were not nun, imagine if the adverb were, say, kathimeron, every day, and it said, the pig chases Telemachus every day. With that adverb, it would probably sound better to say chases instead of is chasing, to use the simple present, because every day has a feeling of something that happens over a broad span of time. So that particular adverb suggests a simple present, whereas nun suggests a present progressive. So here in number 2, you're getting some good practice working with a subject, a direct object, and then using an adverb to help you get the feel of the sentence, the context of the sentence that can guide you toward making a choice of how to translate the verb, whether to use present progressive or simple present. So in number 2, you're getting some good practice with a couple of different things. Speaking of kathimeron, it's right here in exercise 3. Number 3 says, kathimeron ton ailuron diokes. The verb here is diokes. Notice the epsilon iota sigma ending. That's second person plural. So we have the stem diok plus ace, which is the second person plural ending. Add that up and you get diokes, which means you chase or you are chasing. There's no other word to be the subject of the sentence. It's just you are doing the action. And notice that ton ailuron, the cat, notice that it has the direct object ending, that omicron nu ending, and the definite article is ton. So add all that up, and what you get is you are chasing the cat. But then we have the adverb kathimeron, which means daily or every day. So should we say, you are chasing the cat every day, or You chase the cat every day. See, with this particular adverb, this would guide you more toward using a simple present because it seems to happen over a long span of time. It's not so much an immediate action that's happening right now, but more of a general statement. So for number 3, we can say, you chase the cat every day. We'll use the simple present there, whereas in number 2, we had now as an adverb. So we said, the pig is chasing. There we used the present progressive. So here in exercises 2 and 3, you're getting some good practice using the adverb to help you get the feeling of the sentence and choose a good translation for your verb.